We're heading to League 2 today, so let's check it out. This one is called the Isaac Johnson 3421 version 1 Notts County. Basically, Isaac Johnson is the creator of the tactic. This is a similar tactic to how I think Notts County play. It's a possession style tactic, but it does get goals and keep clean sheets so far as it works in League 2 and still testing in the higher divisions. But please test for yourself and leave a comment whether there are any improvements that could make this tactic better. So, basically, he thinks this is what Notts County uses. I don't know a thing about Notts County or the tactics they employ. So if you know better, please let us know in the comments below what you think needs to be changed out of all this. We will get into the tactic itself later on in the video. But first, we're going to check it out with our Premier League teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa. And then we're going to head to Ipswich Town to see how they do in the Championship. But with all that said, let's head to the Premier League. Well, as I look at the table, unfortunately, Liverpool in 5th place, 75 points is not great. 67 goals. We are expecting a lot higher from them. Aston Villa in 7th is actually not bad. They've got Europa League next season. But 7th place, 63 points, 45 goals. We've definitely seen better. Domestic cups for Liverpool, as you can see, Carabao Cup 3rd round immediately out against West Ham. Robertson sent off in the 34th. They do get to the semi-finals, though, of the FA Cup out against Manchester United. 3-4 though in extras. And they make it to the quarterfinals of the Europa League, unfortunately losing out to Feyenoord. Not a great trophy season this year. So overall, 5th place is not great for them. They're expected to be around 2nd with around 85 points or thereabouts. Europa League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Yeah, you got to some later stages, the quarterfinals of the semifinals, but overall, still not the greatest. Squad-wise, you do see some green, not as much as you'd like to see, but it is there. 15 goals is the top for Salah, though. 10 for Jota, Szoboszlai, and McAllister. Unfortunately, Nunez doesn't get much at all. He's played 2 appearances. I wonder if he was injured, but 3 goals, and that is it. Assist, Robertson with 14, Tsimikas with 10. Not a good season at all. Tsimikas topping the average rating charts with 713. Well, Aston Villa does change things up a little. They get to the Carabao Cup final, and against Manchester United, they win 2-1, so they get a trophy, which is great to see. Unfortunately, FA Cup 5th round is where they lose out there against Leicester. And 1 trophy is all they get, out against Fiorentina in the Europa Conference League round of 16. So overall in the Premier League, 7th place, and we have definitely seen tactics that have brought them up a lot higher than that. Europa Conference League, FA Cup, not great. Carabao Cup, they do get the winner though. That's a pretty nice one right there. And then as we take a look at Aston Villa's squad, they've got some green there too. Again, not as much as you'd like to see, but Jacob Ramsey, Ollie Watkins, Douglas Luiz with 12 and 13 goals apiece. Not a high tally there. 16 assists for Matty Cash, though. And then average rating, well, Coutinho was up there, but 711 for Matty Cash. Robin Olsen getting some time in with 720, but overall, Matty Cash and then Lucas Digne with 710. Data hub for our Premier League teams does not look all that attacking minded. You definitely are expecting a lot higher, especially from Liverpool. Aston Villa barely making some of the league averages, but overall, pretty much underneath. Premier League stats, most goals, Liverpool tied for 4th with 67th. I mean, you'd want a lot higher there. Fewer shots against though, Liverpool in 2nd, Aston Villa in 6th with 307. Most possession, both are at 55%. Most dribbles made, Aston Villa's in the list in 8th with 615. Most tackles won, usually not there. Best pass completion, Liverpool and Aston Villa tied again with 90%. Most shots for it, Liverpool in 7th. Now, while Aston Villa and Liverpool floundered, how did Ipswich Town do? 1st place, tops of the charts, 92 points. We have seen them with higher. We've seen a lot of teams in the first 2 positions with 100 points and more. But this time around, 92 points get you into the top 3. And then the goal differential of 42 with 88 whopping goals for gets you that top position. Domestic Cup runs, though, unfortunately, fairly average. Out in the Carabao Cup 2nd round against Leyton Orient, and then 4th round of the FA Cup against Tottenham. So overall, Domestic Cups, yeah, they're not expected to do all that great, and they really didn't perform all that well here. But Championship is where it's at. Top 3, I mean, that is a whoppinger of a top 4, actually. But Ipswich Town getting the 1st place trophy in the Championship, automatically promoted. Well done. But this is where it gets funny. You get 3 people in the green, and that is in the average rating. But goals-wise, 12 is the top for Connor Chaplin. Hurst only with 9, playing 8 starts, and that's it. But 25 assists for Leif Davis. There he is picking it up. And then, of course, with a 749, gets the highest average rating as well. And taking a look at the Championship stats, most goals, Ipswich in 3rd with 88. You get fewer shots against in third with 367, most possession with 57% this time around, dribbles made with fifth with 782, best pass completion in second with 91, and there you go. So as we turn to the tactic itself, it starts out with a sweeper keeper in defend, ball playing defenders on the left and the right in defend, a central defender in the central spot, wingbacks on the left and the right in attack, a regista in support next to a ball-winning midfielder in defend, a shadow striker in attack, and then an attacking midfielder in support, and then a poacher in attack up front. Balanced mentality, in possession, attacking width is narrow, approach play, underlap on the left and right, focus play through the middle, and then play out of defense. Passing directness is shorter, tempo is slightly higher, mixed crosses, work the ball in the box, and be more expressive. In transition, counter press, counter, slow pace down, distribute to the center backs, and then throw it long. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and that's it. So how did it do for our three teams? Well, I mean, Ipswich Town clearly doing a fantastic job. I mean, they're in the championship. They're a little lower than the Premier League. Maybe it is meant for Notts County, who's still even lower than Ipswich Town. But a lot of these teams could probably pick up and utilize this type of tactic. But when we get to the Premier League, it just didn't work at all. Liverpool and Aston Villa really kind of floundering in the league this season. Again, we've seen them with higher table positioning. It just didn't seem to work here. But try it out. Maybe these lower teams, Everton, Luton Town, and Crystal Palace, can actually utilize this tactic a little better. Maybe it's just better for underneath the Premier League divisions, and kind of see how it works. But if you tried it out, let us know how it works in the comments below. But otherwise, yeah, it was okay for our Premier League teams, but our championship side of Ipswich Town doing a stellar job. But that is where I'm going to end it. I am Sefian FM for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.